So, welcome to a lecture series on programming in C and data structures. Before going into the topic C and data structure, we will have a quick recap on the basic building blocks of computer. So, here it is. So, what does a computer consist of? Everyone should have used computer in our day-to-day life, right? Either in your home or at your college, everyone should have used computers. So this is not something that is entirely new to you, I believe. So what does a computer consist of? You have seen a CPU, you would have seen a mouse, keyboard, monitor, and uh, many printers. So there are few things that are attached to the computer externally. Those things are attached to the computer. So internally, what you have seen is internally you would have seen a motherboard, you would have seen a hard disk, many more things. So memory unit, which is placed inside the CPU. All these things are totally combined together to form a computer. So computer is not a single entity. It consists of several units. So if you take keyboard and if you take keyboard, it is an input unit. If you take printer, it will be an output unit because all the output is printed through the printer, or the monitor itself is an output unit. You take CPU, this CPU is responsible for storing your data, and it is used for performing the operations that you require to do. So all the processing is done in the CPU. So CPU, it consists of both control unit and arithmetic and logic unit. So in case of storage, we have two kinds of storage, which everyone is aware of: a primary storage and a secondary storage, right? So what is an input unit is? It is a process of entering the data and instructions to the computer. So based on this input, only the processing will happen. So as soon as you enter the input, as soon as you enter the data and if give the instruction to the computer, these data and instructions will be uh, stored for further processing. So you can fetch these data from the storage unit as and when required. So in the processing unit, operations such as arithmetic and logic operations will be performed on the data that you have given as input. So upon performing the arithmetic and logic operation, the data will be converted into some useful information. For example, if you want to perform addition of two numbers, you could have given its input as two numbers. For example, if I given input as 5 and 4, this is the data that you have given input, which is stored in the storage unit. And during the processing, we process on the data 5 and 4. So here arithmetic operation addition is performed. So 5 plus 4 will be 9. This 9 is the information that you obtain from the data on performing some process. Hope you are understood. So this 9, it will be, this is the output data. So this 9 is the output data which is obtained as a result of process. This output data will be displayed to the end user. So control unit, it controls the order or the sequence in which the operations has to be performed. And this term is again not new, I believe: algorithm, flowchart, and pseudocode. So why do we actually use a computer? We use a computer for solving a problem, right? So computer is mainly used for problem solving. So what is meant by a problem? Let us understand with the layman approach. If you want to prepare a lemon juice, so let us take a problem at your home. You want to prepare a lemon juice. So this is your problem, right? So how do you solve this problem? So if you want to prepare the lemon juice, initially what you will do? First you will take a lemon. Next you will cut the lemon into two halves. Next you take a bowl, you take sugar, and you take water in required amount. So these are the inputs which is required for preparing the lemon juice. That is, these are the inputs: the water, the sugar, the lemon, or the inputs which is used for solving the problem preparing a lemon juice. So you have gathered the input, and all these input will be stored somewhere. So you cannot simply hold the water, right? So you need some bowl or vessel to hold the water. So these are the storage units. So now input part is over and you have stored the water. Next what you will do? Next, you will add sugar to the water. You will squeeze the lemon and you will add lemon syrup that which is obtained from the lemon to the water. So all these things to mixed together, finally you will get the lemon juice. So what are the steps you have followed here? Adding water to the bowl, adding sugar to the water, and adding lemon syrup or the lemon juice which is obtained by squeezing the lemon. So you have to follow these steps in order, right? So first you have to gather the inputs, next you have to store them somewhere, next you have to follow the steps for preparing the lemon juice. So this step-by-step process, it is called as algorithm. So whatever the problem may be, if you want to solve a problem, so in case of computer, if you want to perform a program, it is divided into two phases. One is problem solving phase and other is implementation phase. So if you want to solve the problem, you have to narrate or you have to prepare an ordered sequence of steps which will describe the solution for the given problem. This sequence of steps is called as algorithm. In the implementation phase, this algorithm based on this algorithm, you will write a program and this will be implemented in the programming language that you need. So it can be any programming language, it can be C or Python or anything. So algorithm is not separate. It is not different for each programming language. It will be same for all the programming language, but the way or the language used to implement alone will vary. Hope you understood algorithm. So in the next lecture, we will discuss about flowchart and pseudocode. So flowchart and pseudocode are they are not different. They are almost similar to algorithm, but the way of representation alone varies. So hope you understood the algorithm. Similarly, if you want to write an algorithm for addition of two numbers, first what you have to do, you have to gather the input. So what is the input here? Two numbers. Next, what you have to do, you have to assign these two numbers to some variables. In case of program, you will add these two numbers. Yes, for example, if the input I'm giving is 5 and 4. So first you have obtained the input. Next you have to add these two numbers. So 5 plus 4, answer will be 9. This 9 will be displayed to the user. So this has to be followed in the order in which it is given. So you cannot add the two numbers first and then you cannot add you cannot receive input from the user. So the first step obviously has to be receiving input from the user and then only you will be able to add the two numbers. So the sequence in which operations are performed is very essential. So this sequence of only then the problem can be solved. So this sequence is called as algorithm. Thank you.